Thanks for joining us for our second quarter 2025 earnings call. And we now like to take the opportunity to answer some of the questions all of you submitted. The first one came in from Jason Meeker, and he asked, how goes the military integration? Any fun feedback? When do you expect operational testing and evaluation to begin with the Navy? This past quarter, or just recently, we delivered the second unit to the Navy, so they now have 2 Carno cores, and these are being tested on basically a daily basis at our facility in Cincinnati. And we're seeing very strong reliability out of the production components of these parts, and the Navy has been on site, seeing their systems running, and they're pleased with where it's all heading as well. So overall, it's going great with the Navy, and we'll talk a little bit here about some future deployments as well. The next question was from Rusty the Kid. Will the 30% ITC tax credit be available for customers taking delivery in 2025, either through early adoption or post-commercialization sales?
Yeah, I'll take that one. So the ITC is really applicable to applications or installations of the Carno power module that start after 2025 or in 2026 and beyond for the following 10 years. So there are a few of our initial deployments that might slip outside that window that have already started this year. And then also a number of our early adopter units are for the Navy, and those wouldn't qualify anyway. So most of them will be applicable for installations that start next year.
Then Matt Carver asked, has Hyliion gone to 24-hour per day production to build a backlog of components? If not, when do you anticipate doing this? So this is the neat thing with additive manufacturing is, yes, these machines are running 24/7, 365, making parts, and they'll be running when no one's even at the facility. So that's one of the unique unlocks with additive. Rusty the Kid mentioned or asked, does Hyliion perform any subtractive manufacturing of Carno components in-house, or is that type of work mostly outsourced? So the subtractive work, which means you 3D print a part and then you need to machine some of the surfaces, that is done at an outside vendor, but Hyliion has a very close relationship with that vendor, even to the point of some of the equipment and assets have actually been purchased and owned by Hyliion in order to really increase that throughput. Igor Petrov asked, will Hyliion in the near future go back to semi-trucks with the Tesla Semi or other EV hybrid solutions entering the market? So this one, as many of you are aware, we pivoted out of the EV space, have gone all in on power generation. From what we're seeing right now, our focus should be on this power generation space. With data centers booming, with the interest we're seeing from the military, we've got tons of market opportunity ahead of us just for delivering the Carno cores. Now, in the future, long term, we do still see that the Carno could be an applicable solution for over-the-road range extender type applications. Cryptomaniac asked, with updated CapEx guidance of $30 million and a total 2025 cash burn of $65 million, are you still comfortable ending this year with $155 million in liquidity? And do you anticipate needing to raise additional capital in 2026?
Yeah, so the numbers that Thomas just mentioned are correct. We do expect to spend around $65 million this year, which would include $30 million of capital spending and approximately $10 million of lease financing, meaning we'll get $10 million of that back by leasing some of those assets. And that will leave us at the end of the year with about $155 million. So those numbers are correct. As far as next year, we haven't shared any plans to raise any additional capital. If you look at what our burn rate or what we're spending each year and what we'll have at the end of this year, we have the financial flexibility not to raise capital, and we'll see as we continue to develop the product.
Then another question from Cryptomaniac is, how protected is the Carno IP in key growth markets? Are there active patents in force or pending regionally? So we've taken a very aggressive approach on patent filing. We've got many dozens of patents, both in the US and ones that we've subsequently filed internationally. And we've chosen some key markets to file those patents. So we're really taking an approach of patent the core IP and then try to create a picket fence around it with different patents that would prevent others from entering this space and competing directly with the design of the Carno generator. And then the last question was from Hyliion, which is, Has the regen depowdering issue been fully resolved? Are there any other major challenges now that slow down Carno commercialization? The last couple of quarters and this one, we've talked about LEMS production. We mentioned this quarter that we've pulled linear electric motor production fully in-house. That's going well. That's what's really enabled us to start making deliveries again, or start in production again. And then on the depowdering side of things, so this past quarter, we confirmed the depowdering process we implemented works. Now we're in the phase of, we've done a redesign of the regen in order for us to be able to hit the key performance metrics needed out of that part to see full power out of the Carno. And so we are now in the process of printing those parts to go into a full Carno core. In terms of other issues that are on the horizon, so this is really one of the goals of the early adopter units, is get these out there, get them into customers' use cases, experiences, into their hands, and let them give us feedback on other things they want to see evolve or change. But over the last couple of quarters, the LEMS and the regen were the key thing that we were focusing on, and we shared some great news on that this quarter. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to doing this again next quarter.